doing house openings yesterday.
Ah, sure. Okay. Do you want me to keep it up here?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to give it to her afterwards? Or does she know where it's at?
It needs to go to Nikki to get a copy.
Check. I am about 1 minute here from kicking this off.
Okay.
This is the microphone. This is the Facebook Good morning. Please be seated. Military will remain covered through the national anthem and the invocation. Please be sure to silence all cell phones. We are scheduled to begin in 5 minutes.
Never seen it.
Same old.
Yeah. Pretty good attendance.
Less than last time.
The Air North class.
Yeah.
So
Good morning, and welcome to the Navy Supply Corps School's Basic Qualification Course, 3rd Battalion's graduation ceremony. Please stand for the arrival of the official party and the playing of the national anthem and the invocation. Navy Supply Corps School, arriving. NAVSUP Weapon System Support, arriving. Color Guard, parade the colors.
Mark times. March. Colors. Color Guard. Up. Rifle. Freeze at arms.
Oh, see, can you see, by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last evening, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare the monsters steaming air. We proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Colors. Ready. 2.
Color Guard, retire the colors.
Colors there. March.
Side boys, post. Chaplain Posey will now offer the invocation.
Let us pray. God, who is always faithful, we gather with hearts of gratitude as we celebrate the achievements of these dedicated men and women who have completed their basic qualification course. We give thanks for their commitment, perseverance, and knowledge gained. May you bless upon this ceremony and all these officers, grant them the strength to lead with courage and manage with fairness. May they carry forward the skills and wisdom required to serve with excellence and integrity as they are now ready for sea. Let them always remember the values and principles instilled by their instructors, ground them in love and support of family and friends, guide them as they navigate the challenges of leadership, and bless their efforts as they ensure our Navy is always ready and always prepared. Amen.
Military, uncover. 2. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce the commanding officer of the Navy Supply Corps School, Captain Richie Jenkins.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
All right, good morning. Let's try this again. There we go. Still under instruction, commanding officer. A little bit. Thanks, Lieutenant Greenheck, for the opening remarks. I want to welcome some special guests this morning. To the families that are here over on the far side, we're so glad you are here. I wish we had had a little better weather for you. Newport has been gorgeous up until now, so fall is officially hit New England. We actually don't miss any training environments. So we're training our students to walk to the end of the pier in Norfolk, Virginia, under raining conditions, right, when it's cold. But folks going to San Diego, the stuff falling from the sky, that's called rain. It's my honor to welcome you to the Navy Supply Corps School, the Wheeler Center, where we train logistics and sustainment for our officers that are like the 3rd Battalion that we're graduating today. I want to welcome and thank a few other special guests we've already seen perform. Chaplain Posey, thank you for the blessing and the prayer for these students. I know they are excited, and we certainly appreciate your encouragement this morning. For the Color Guard, Navy Health Clinic New England, superb, crisp, very impressive. Thank you very much. MU3 Divine for the wonderful rendition of the national anthem. Thank you for that beautiful song there. And then BM3 before the bosun, pipe on board. Thank you very much for being a part of the celebration today. I'd also like to thank some special guests sitting down in the front, long-standing partners who represent fantastic organizations. You'll see them up on the stage here shortly. They're tremendous partners of the Navy Supply Corps and the Supply Corps School. Captain Retired Robert Winnig from the Military Officers Association of America, fantastic organization. Mr. Burke couldn't make it from the Navy League Newport, so I think we're going to ask you to step in for him. But obviously, also Commander Pat Burke, who is a local board member of the Navy League, another fantastic organization who represents the Sea Service as well. And we'll see Mr. Winnig support those two awards. Mr. Jim Bean from the National Industries of the Blind, thank you for returning, sir, and being part of the celebration. And Captain Retired Daniel from the Supply Corps Foundation, another great organization. Anyone who wears the oak leaf is a foundation member. So really encourage the students to get involved in your local chapter and support the Supply Corps Foundation, and in turn supports our service members, families, Supply Corps, as well as Supply Enlisted. So please a round of applause for those special guests tonight. For the families, don't want to miss out. Special request, if you've served in the military before and you're a family member, would you please stand? Awesome. Thank you. And for the others, we could not do this without your love and support. The professionals that are going to be graduating today are going to be going into some very demanding assignments. So the parents, the spouses, the siblings, and any other family members that support these young professionals, it's absolutely critical. So thank you very much for being here today and celebrating with us. We every week we recite the Sailor's Creed, and for those that have served, we always recognize those that have gone before us in our creed to preserve freedom and democracy around the world. And thank you for your service, and we hope to follow in your fantastic footsteps as we go and do the great things that we're going to do together. Our mission here at NSCS is simple and straightforward, although the art of logistics is never simple. It's never simple, right? But our mission here is to develop professional supply officers and logisticians that are ready and, if called upon, ready to fight and win in the maritime domain. Every day our Navy depends on supply corps officers to perform their duties with skill, precision, and integrity in very demanding operational assignments where complexity and pressure are the norm. I assure you the officers graduating today are ready to fight and win. I've looked them in the eye, and I see confidence and boldness and eagerness and ready to go to the fleet to do great things. I'm extremely proud of our staff who has prepared these young professionals. They are the center of gravity for this schoolhouse. The staff that has spent countless hours in the classroom, instructing, mentoring. We were on the PT field with physical fitness the other morning. In all aspects of the last 5.5 months, they've been involved in every aspect of the training here at the Supply Corps School. So I'm very proud of our staff. Preparing and developing and motivating and inspiring these officers is only possible due to their hard work and dedication. I've said this before to you. Some of the things that we've taught you, you're going to forget. You will likely never forget the instructors that stood before you and challenged you and taught you along the way. So a few of those I'd like to recognize by name. My XO, Commander Jennifer Charlton, fantastic leader. She is the person who is allowing the trains, making the trains run on time in this organization. And also the senior enlisted leader, Chief Allen, who's also doubles as a aviation instructor here. Operations Officer Commander Aaron Harpel, Dean of Students, Lieutenant Commander Tim Trask. I want to give him a special call out. He's the new dean. This is his first graduation. I'm in this with him together. This is my first graduation. And you've done a great job, Tim. Really appreciate the attention to detail of putting this program together. So thank you. BQC Director, Float Training Director, Lieutenant Commander Brittany Sanders. BQC Navy Reserve Director, Lieutenant Commander Mitchell Fusilier. Training Officer, Ms. Vicki Spencer. Public Affairs Officer, Ms. Jessica Nilsson. Admin team, Nikki Magno and Chris Pereira. Admin and logistics are important. They go together. If the admin's not done, the sailor's mind is probably on those types of affairs and not on the job that you need to do. So the administration of what you do, and the admin team here, and getting all the travel arrangements and fitness reports and everything concluded is no small task. So thank you to the admin team and Amy for doing that as well. The cadre of instructors that I didn't mention, who have spent, as I stated, countless hours training, developing, mentoring, truly the center of gravity. And then finally, the 4th Battalion and those who are awaiting instruction for the contributions you have made to set up, to be a part of this special ceremony. We thank you for your efforts. So, I've been bragging about Rear Admiral Acquavella. She is a personal friend, been an extraordinary mentor of mine. And it's really special for me to introduce her today, our guest speaker for the time. Her bio is printed, and I'm not going to read it all, but I do want to highlight some critical points so you understand the experience level and the performance that she has had throughout her whole Navy Supply Corps career. So she's excelled both afloat and ashore. She's been on various platforms to include aircraft carriers. Carl Benson issued the supply officer of the pre-commissioning unit. Gerald R. Ford, she was on a guided missile cruiser And she told that story yesterday, right after 9/11, when she deployed to the Persian Gulf shortly thereafter. So cruiser Suppo at a lieutenant level with an 06 CO is not an easy job, but she's never shied away from easy. And then as a JO, she was on USS Brunswick and has also conducted contracting operations in Iraq. So she was on the ground in Iraq during those years of conflict in the Middle East. Equally as impressive, she has been on shore assignments that have been challenging, that have been demanding, that are high visible shore assignments. And some of those organizations include Joint Chiefs of Staff, Naval Inventory Control Point, which has now been renamed to the organization that she commands today, NAVSUP Weapon System Support Command. Chief of Naval Personnel, Office of Supply Corps Personnel, so think about the HR, the detailing, the boards, and all that goes into the professional career paths of our supply corps officers. And Naval Sea Systems Command, where she really was learned the craft of contracting. So a large organization that design, builds, contracts for our surface and subsurface maritime fleets. Overseas, she served in Sigonella at Naval Air Station, and most recently, where I personally got to serve with her in the consequential Indo-Pacific region, where she was the director of logistics, supply, and ordnance at U.S. Pacific Fleet Headquarters. And that is obviously a centerpiece of our focus today as we orient on the Indo-Pacific and the facing threat that is the People's Republic of China. So it's my distinct pleasure and honor to introduce our guest speaker today, Rear Admiral Kristin Acquavella. Please welcome.
Hard to hear about yourself, right? And we had the discussion yesterday. The plan was 4 years and out. And obviously that changed, as it will for many folks that are graduating today if they are thinking 4 years and out. Because you find out that you really love the mission, you really love the purpose, you really love the people, and the network of friends that you meet are lifelong. And it started with Third Bat showing up here about 5.5, 6 months ago, and here you guys today. Today's your day. Now, all the guest speakers who come here start with something like, I remember when I was in your seats. I don't remember when I was in your seats. That's a long time ago. I couldn't tell you who the guest speaker was. I couldn't tell you a thing they told us. So, I will not be insulted if you don't remember. Oh, really? But I will foot stomp the point of the speech that I want you to remember. And then obviously get the opportunity to come back as often as you can as you go through your careers and share that firsthand experience with the students that are taking your place, not only tomorrow, but the next day, and the next day. And before I start, to the family members, I mean, this is as much about you as it is the folks you are here to encourage and celebrate with, so thank you. I'm sure some came far and wide. I saw a few hands and people stand up for their service, so thank you for that. And just recognize it's a big deal. So the fact that you made the trek here, you took the time, it is a work day for most people if you work and you're here, it means a lot. And I do remember my parents showing up to my BQC graduation. That I won't forget. I do remember they bought a pretty expensive dinner that night. So, no pressure. There's some expectation. All right, that's it. We got a lot to get through. And, thanks to Captain Jenkins and Taffy, who are now, the face of the Navy Supply Corps School. And you could not get a better family, better leader, better support crew. And you got a little bit of splash with him as he came in behind Captain Warner and his wife, another amazing. We only send our best to the schoolhouse. We only send our best. So Captain Jenkins and Taffy, thank you for having me. Great to see both of you. The last time I saw them, we were in Singapore. It was about 120 degrees, and we were out to dinner there. So it's an honor to be here with you all today. And as you're finding out, you are part of this incredible Navy, this incredible supply corps. And some of you have prior time and maybe you're in a supply rating, but what coming to the BQC did is it bonded all of you in yet another common experience, which is you will never forget your BQC classmates. Also important that you know, we are 229 years plus in the making. That's how long the Navy Supply Corps has been around. What you may not know is that you truly are part of a very elite cadre of folks. So the Navy has about 50,000 officers, and we're only about 2,200 active. So I don't do public math, but it hasn't changed in the 31 years that I've been in. You represent about 4% of the officer corps, which seems really small because it seems we're everywhere. Everywhere you go, you're going to find a supply corps officer. And that's because we are always, you know, punching above our weight class. And it goes a long way in our profession. So welcome to the 4%. Our history, of course, is about the people. The mission is the people. The people make the mission. And the men and women who embody the resourcefulness, the innovation, the creativity, the perseverance, the integrity, the dedication, which all of you embody. And the excellence of this community that you're a part of allows us truly to be the absolute best in the world. So our logistics is our advantage, among other things. And you are part of that profession today. So here's the foot stomp. If you remember only one thing that I say today, only one, remember you are not alone. Our strength, as you've heard for 6 months, is our network. And even though we're small, 4%, we have a huge impact on the Navy and each other, and you will rely on yourselves and each other. And this is a team sport, and these are all your teammates. Especially Billy Daddy, where are you? All right, Billy Daddy, I got my eye on you today. So each class comes through the schoolhouse, has its own unique characteristic, its own unique shape. And third bat, you guys are no different. A quarter of this class is prior enlisted. Raise your hand if you're prior. Okay. And you're from multiple services. Another quarter are coming to us from other officer communities. Raise your hand if you came from another officer community. Fantastic. And amongst us, we have 6 limited duty officers, a warrant officer, a doctor in pharmacology, a sailor who took a 13-year break in service to teach English in Japan. Another sailor was halfway through a doctorate when she decided this PhD isn't going to pay for itself. And over 60 others with very unique and diverse backgrounds. Each of these individual stories has shaped 3rd Battalion into a very competitive, studious, outgoing battalion, while Echo Company loved their donut openings, I'm told. And I'm told Foxtrot holds the trophy for our most recent hot dog eating contest. So if you're going to compete, play to win, doesn't matter what the contest is. I wouldn't brag about that outside of today. So although students compete for individual academic awards, and we're going to go through a lot of awards today, and you're going to see individuals, just recognize everyone here was quick to cross the aisle to help their shipmate out in need, and that is what really we're about. Be it your academics, your PCS move coming up, reaching down to the next battalion behind you to show them what right looks like. 3rd Battalion, you guys have approached every challenge with maturity. When I asked the XO, hey, how would you characterize 3rd Battalion? It was maturity, which is not what you expect to hear when you have a bunch of ensigns and JGs sitting in the audience. So it says a lot about you and the experience you brought and your ability to ensure that, you're being a good teammate. You're also a 3rd Battalion, you got the characteristic of being a really fun bunch. And I heard about the pie in the face for your former CO, Captain Warner. And I heard about some pretty intense sporting events between the battalion and the staff. So, let's talk about that. apparently, you didn't do so well. In a couple of sports, softball and volleyball, which is shocking because they're like 10 years older than you guys are. I don't remember us losing to the staff in my day, but either way, it doesn't matter. The key is that you built esprit de corps, you showed up, you played to win, you helped these others out, and you gave the old guys and the staff something to brag about, because they don't get a lot of wins against the BQC, so thank you for that. Hey, and during your time here, you got exposed to a lot of things. The staff, all the different experiences they brought, different styles of leadership, the competence of the topics that you were in that are going to make you ready to go out there for whatever division or department you're taking over. And you heard about this thing called logistics in a contested environment. We talked about that a little bit yesterday. Many of you, almost all of you, are headed out for your first operational tours as officers, and you will become very fluent in what that means, logistics in a contested environment, and how we transition from competition or peacetime to crisis, and how do we train to prevail to win in conflict. Keep that questioning attitude. Keep challenging status quo. Keep your professional curiosity peaked and primed. It will make a difference out there for all of you. And don't forget the folks that you sat next to for the last 6 months, and the staff that took the time and invested their experience in your training. And yesterday I scared them. I said, I'm going to go through every single student and tell their story. And we're going to be here till like 4 o'clock. But I picked a couple just to highlight. I picked these 4, but recognize that these stories, although unique, really represent the culture of this class, and that's so important. So Ensign Nicosia Embry. Raise your hand, young lady. All right. Born in Phoenix, Arizona, now calls San Diego home. Prior enlisted, she earned her bachelor's in psychology from Brandon University and earned a Master of Arts in Marriage and Family Therapy at Chapman University. If you heard me other word, as she was in her doctorate, she said, hey, this doctorate isn't going to pay for itself. Prior to enlisting, she worked as a marriage and family therapist and was the executive director for Big Sisters League San Diego, a nonprofit organization for women with mental health issues. She was halfway through that PhD program when she decided to enlist. And she reported to Great Lakes and got through her training in 2013, and then became a logistics specialist and headed to her A school. She went from Aviation Support Detachment at NAVSUP Oceanic to USS Fruins DDG 111 to Strategic Communication Wing 1 in Oklahoma. Dual qualified, if you look at her uniform today, she's got both an enlisted service and air warfare pin, and no doubt as she heads out, she'll earn her officer qualifications. Selected as an LDO, a limited duty officer, one of our most competitive boards. And just to put it in perspective, on any given year, there's maybe 100, 110, 120 applications for LDO, and we usually pick less than 10. So it's about a 7% selection rate to LDO. Pretty impressive. And she brought that experience, that maturity, that knowledge to this class. She was identified early to be part of our flagship initiative to go off and be a department head right off the bat on the USS Oakland LCS 24. And if we asked her, hey, you didn't get here alone, name one mentor that helped you along the way, she would probably name Commander Chris Brown, who works with us under my command currently. Ensign Keith Baker, yeah. Ensign Keith Baker is part of the battalion's brain trust and is our consummate submariner. I don't want to get ahead of myself right now, but you're going to see him on the stage a lot today. In fact, we probably just need to put a chair up here for him. Keith hails from Louisville, Kentucky, enlisted also in 2013, also a logistics specialist, and meritoriously advanced to LS3 and reported to Port Ops in Rota, Spain. And I asked his wife, hey, if you could go anywhere, your dream job, where did you go to? And she did say we'd love to go back to Rotisville. So I got that in my back pocket. Where he served as a harbor pilot, coxswain, earned LS2, and was selected as the Sailor of the Year. Never sitting still, he volunteered for submarine duty and converted from LS to LSS. Awarded the first submarine fast attack of USS Bremerton, SSN 698, in lovely Palmetto, where he was meritoriously advanced to LS1. You see it right here. Then off to the USS North Carolina, another fast attack, SSN 777. As a leading logistics specialist, finished his associate's degree and was selected to serve as Admiral Cottle's staff at Naval Reactors and an enlisted advisor. Promoted to Chief Petty Officer, earned his bachelor's and master's. Also was nominated for the Stan Offer. And there you met your mentor, Justin Cooper. No one gets there alone. And then through that mentorship, like most of us, someone took an interest in us, saw your talent, wanted to get into the Navy Supply Corps, and then worked through other mentors like Captain Milt Chory, Captain Kiflu, and many others, including one of our schoolhouse own CWO, Cameron Kelsey, got your appraisals done, and here you are. Now, I could keep going on the story. There's many more accomplishments to highlight, but I think you get the point, which is I just illuminated two folks who came from our enlisted ranks with sustained superior performance. We're now commissioned officers headed to their first ships to be the separate. You'll be reporting to the USS West Virginia Blue Crew, SSB, and 736 on Tuesday. Congratulations. Ensign Lydia DePaulo, where are you? Lydia is not prior enlisted. That's the path that I took. Went to college, got commissioned. Lydia from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. No prior enlistment in her background. Naval Academy, class of 2024. Not a small feat to get through 4 years at the Naval Academy. She was known to her staff in the beginning as that quiet and reserved ensign. That didn't last very long, I'm told, as you took a recent leadership management team building exercise and established yourself as not the quiet, reserved one anymore. Lydia is headed to Supreme Allied Commander Atlantic in Norfolk, Virginia. If we characterize Lydia, her story has been one of grit, determination, and never accepting status quo. And I hope I see that there in the page. Dennis Baker, where are you at? 7. Hails from Iowa, Preston. A town population of, 7,000. Pretty awesome. Son of a retired Navy Chief Petty Officer. So it runs in his blood to serve. And holds the dubious title of, nothing to do with hot dog eating contest, the youngest officer in 3rd Battalion at the ripe old age of 21. Congratulations, Devin. So he is going to head out to be the ASUCO on the USS Bruins, EDG 111 out of San Diego, California. Pretty awesome. So Nikisha, Keith, Lydia, Devin, all highlight the expertise and strength of this graduating class. Epitomize teamwork, cooperation, partnership, grit, determination. Exemplify the qualities that make 3rd Battalion one for the records. Mature, inclusive, competitive, and have ensured 3rd Battalion and the Navy Supply Corps remains our motto, ready for sea. And I have immense confidence that the team of professionals here that prepared you for these challenges you will face have done a great job, and there will be many more challenges that you'll overcome in your careers. Ours is not an easy profession for the simple reason that every facet of keeping the Navy operational involves logistics. And that's what you are, logistics professionals. So as you depart, have confidence that you've learned in the classroom, what you've learned in the classroom and prepare you for what lies ahead. And above all, it is the content of your character that you will be judged on. So preserve that. That's your second thing I'm going to stomp on. Your content of your character. You represent yourself well, your shipmates, your Navy Supply Corps, with immense pride. And we welcome you to the wardroom. Don't forget, keep in touch. You have a great network here, your mentors, your instructors, each other. At every stage in our growth as officers and leaders, it's important to build good, meaningful, and lasting relationships with your shipmates. You just never know when you're going to need to reach out. And it seems like a big world, but you're going to find very quickly that the Navy is very small. And you'll run into each other in the most bizarre places on all corners of the earth. And you already have this common bond. There's so much more experience and wisdom you're going to get, and you have a lot of it already established in this room today. Keep tapped into that network, that hard-won knowledge. And I just want to close by saying thank you for inviting me here today for this awesome occasion, and thanking you because in this all-volunteer Navy, you made the decision to serve, to be worldwide assignable, to be ready to go wherever, whenever, for whatever reason our nation and Navy need you. I welcome you to the team. Congratulations on your graduation today.
At every graduation, we take time to recognize those individuals who distinguish themselves with extraordinary effort throughout their time at the Navy Supply Corps School. Please hold your applause until all awardees have been recognized. Ensign Keith Baker, please come forward. Ensign Baker, reporting to the USS West Virginia, SSBN 736, is the recipient of the Supply Management Excellence Award and the Scott Spencer Food Service Excellence Award. These awards are presented for the highest grades in the supply management and the food service courses. Ensign Baker, thank you. Ensign Tani Mendiola, please come forward. Ensign Mendiola, reporting to the USS Wyoming, SSBN 742, is the recipient of the Navy Exchange Service Command Ship Store Award. This award is presented for the highest grade in the Retail Operations course. Ensign Mendiola, thank you. Lieutenant Junior Grade Brendan Kendrick, please come forward. Lieutenant Junior Grade Kendrick, reporting to the USS California, SSN 781, is the recipient of the Defense Finance and Accounting Service Excellence Award. This award is presented for the highest grade in the Dispersing Management course. Lieutenant Junior Grade Kendrick, thank you. Ensign Deke Slayton, please come forward. Ensign Slayton, reporting to the USS Cincinnati, LCS 20, is the recipient of the Leadership Excellence Award. This award is presented for the highest grade in the Leadership Management course. Ensign Slayton, thank you. Captain Retired Dan Pionk, on behalf of the Navy Supply Corps Foundation, will now present the Leadership Awards. These awards are presented to the Supply Corps officers chosen by the staff who have demonstrated unmatched servant leadership while being an exemplary leader within the classroom and the community. Ensign Maya Boyd, please come forward. Ensign Boyd, reporting to Naval Mobile Construction Battalion 3, is Echo Company's recipient of the Navy Supply Corps Foundation Leadership Award. Ensign Boyd, thank you. Ensign Marion Ferralis, please come forward. Ensign Ferralis, reporting to Naval Special Warfare Group 1 Logistics Support Unit, is Foxtrot Company's recipient of the Navy Supply Corps Foundation Leadership Award. Ensign Ferralis, thank you. Captain Retired Robert Winnig, on behalf of the Military Officers Association of America, will now present the Military Officers Association of America Professionalism Award. This award is presented to the student officer chosen by the staff who best demonstrates the enduring values of true patriotism, strong moral ethics, and a commitment for achieving outstanding accomplishments. Ensign Nikosha Embry, please come forward. Ensign Embry, reporting to the USS Oakland LCS 24, is the recipient of the Military Officers Association of America Professionalism Award. Ensign Embry, thank you. Captain Retired Robert Winnig will also present on behalf of the Newport Navy League, the Navy League Honor, Courage, and Commitment Award. This award is presented to the student officer chosen by the staff who best demonstrates the Navy core values. Chief Warrant Officer 2, Ariel Coley, please come forward. Warrant Coley, reporting to USS Essex, LHD 2, is the recipient of the Navy League Honor, Courage, and Commitment Award. Warrant Coley, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we now invite Mr. Jim Bean of the National Industries for the Blind to award the BQC Honor Graduate. The Honor Graduate demonstrated excellence in the classroom across all curricula, achieving the highest overall academic average.
How's everyone doing? It's exciting, right? Give me something here. Congratulations. What a tremendous opportunity to share. Thank you as well. And I'm sure if they told you you would have some Jim Bean at your graduate ceremony, you probably have a little different vision. Well, I'm here. We're going to have some fun today. So thank you to the family members. Thanks for making the trip. Appreciate that as well. And it's truly an honor to participate in a ceremony like this one here today. It really never amazes. I know the discipline and dedication it takes. I mean, you all have lives outside your careers, but you just had a great, tremendous support system, as I've heard. Hot dogs, ceremonies, sports, you guys know how to do it 100%, so congratulations. And National Industries for the Blind, organization I represent, Director of Business Development. Our mission is all about creating opportunities for people that are blind and visually impaired, opportunities to provide employment for them as well. So that's really our whole mission. Year-to-year basis, our mission is, and how we're measured is, how many new jobs do we create? And it's partnerships like this that really have a great impact in that with the Navy and Department of Defense, so we appreciate your support along those lines. Now, whether you know or not, the NID mission is tied directly to the people in this room. We've been supporting each other for roughly 7 decades. And I'll say this, my daughter, she's 3rd grade, we're doing times tables for the past few weeks. 7 times 10 decades, that's 70 years, so that's awesome, right? 70 years of support. Now, this all started back in 1938 with the passage of the Javits-Franklin Day Act, and we may call that as the J-WAD Act. But it's transitioned to the Federal Ability One program. We fall under the Ability One program. Now, NIB, National Institutes for the Blind, we are a central nonprofit agency. We represent about 100 nonprofit agencies around the country. You may hear Lighthouse for the Blind as an example. Many times those are part of our program here. Now, that's really where the work gets done in those communities, the 100 nonprofit agencies. And the Ability One program, they control the federal procurement list. It's really the mandatory source of products and services for the federal government. Department of Defense, civilian agencies, through those efforts, it employs roughly 5,000 people who are blind. They're employed about this effort. Now, a recent study showed that every dollar spent within the Ability One program, the government receives an average return of $2.66. So that's a great investment. Now, let me tell you why. It's not just from the exchange of goods and services, but it's a matter of making those people that aren't traditionally taxpayers, now they are taxpayers by having those jobs. Now, think of this for yourself. What are some of the first things when you meet someone new? What do you ask? Where are you from? What do you do? And many times, it's with a sense of pride, you're able to respond to that. So think of those individuals within our program. They want that sense of pride. We support the Navy, we support the DoD, audits, these services. So that's what the Ability One program provides for your support. It gives them an opportunity to be taxpayers and not taxpayers. So a great benefit here as well. We have a long-standing relationship with the Navy, specifically the supply corps, because there's going to be many of you who are out there purchasing our products. So it's great to have this awareness, education, as you go to your new destination as well. In fact, the Navy accounts for more than 15% of sales within our program and continues to create jobs, as I mentioned. So kudos to the Navy for being really leading the way in supporting the program as well. Now, many of you may know who recognizes the Skilled Craft brand. You probably recognize that. I think our government pins, never leave home without it. So we see this just manufactured within our program. Manufactured, produced by people that are blind and visually impaired, as one example. Pens, pads, paper. But we also do many things. We sew many of your uniforms. We assemble shipboard fire hoses. We close tens of thousands of contract closeout supports, call centers, and we manufacture many mattresses on your ships. So someone in our program, they can be totally blind or visually impaired. We make sure we assign the right person to the right task that's needed. And it's because of this relationship and teamwork that many years ago we began presenting a sword to each class's honored graduate. This award is to recognize not only the individual's excellence performance, but to inspire and encourage that individual and the entire graduating class to continue making a difference throughout the Ability One program and the lives of people that are blind and visually impaired. And without further delay, with Ensign Keith Baker, please join me on stage. It is a tremendous honor that NIB presents this Commissioned Officer Sword to honor graduate Ensign Keith Baker.
Ensign Baker will now provide remarks on behalf of the BQC graduates.
Good morning, friends and family. Thank you, Rear Admiral Acquavella and Captain Jenkins, for taking the opportunity to speak on behalf of 3rd Battalion. It is with great honor that I join you all on stage and be given the privilege to make remarks for a class of such fine professionals. To Captain Jenkins, Commander Charlton, and the rest of the staff here at the schoolhouse, we want to thank you for your constant passion and drive, setting a foundation that will carry for the rest of our careers. To Mr. Jim Bean, here representing the National Industry for the Blind, thank you for joining us today, and thank you for the amazing Commissioned Officer Sword and the wonderful work you do for our community and the nation. To our loved ones who come to celebrate this milestone, thank you for your sacrifice and support. As we go on to serve on ships, submarines, aviation squadrons, special warfare and CD units, and some of the most contested environments in the world, we will need you. Your love and support is immeasurable. To my beautiful wife, Claudia, today would not be possible without you. Over the last 11 years, we've moved 7 times across the world. You have supported me and held our family together every step of the way. Your everlasting love throughout the challenges of this military life and our marriage are appreciated beyond my words. And to my beautiful baby girls that are at daycare, Daddy loves you. So as I look in front of me, there's 64 Supply Corps officers. It has been an honor growing and learning alongside of you. To my study buddies, raise your hand when I call you, Ron Babiak, Alex Diaz, thank you for showing up at 0600 for 24 exams to study with me. To Warren Coley, raise your hand. And my fellow LEOs, where are you at? Thank you for keeping me humble consistently. Many of you in the room have heard the saying, it takes a village to raise a child, but it also takes a village to raise a sailor. That's everyone in this room today. No leader succeeds alone. There is a quote from Andrew Carnegie that my chief, Will Powell, used to always say, no person will make a great leader who wants to do it all themselves or get all the credit for doing it. We cannot be naive to the fact that we play a team sport in the Navy. The relationships that we have fostered over the last 5 months go beyond the boundaries of the Wheeler Center. We must continue to build that connective tissue. As you look around to your left and to your right at your shipmates, you will soon need their help. It may be a part, mentorship, or just a breath of fresh air. We all come from different backgrounds and join the Navy for different reasons, but today we are one Supply Corps family. I am proud to have met each and every one of you and start this new journey together as commissioned officers in the Supply Corps. Remember that as you transition to the fleet, be confident, gain competence, and have courage. Thank you.
We will now award BQC graduation certificates. Please hold your applause until all students have been recognized. Ensign Caleb Alger reporting to the USS George Washington out of Yokosuka, Japan. Ensign Idris Aniza reporting to the USS Mobile out of San Diego, California. Ensign Trayvon Anderson reporting to the USS Lassen out of Mayport, Florida. Ensign Ronald Babiak reporting to the USS Forrest Sherman out of Norfolk, Virginia. Lieutenant Junior Grade Abraham Baca reporting to MQ-25 Fleet Introduction Team out of Pax River, Maryland. Ensign Devin Baker reporting to the USS Spruance out of San Diego, California. Ensign Keith Baker reporting to USS West Virginia out of Kings Bay, Georgia.
Second row. Feet. Left. Face.
Ensign David Belts reporting to Commander HSM Wing Pacific out of Coronado, California. Ensign Hakeem Berry, reporting to Underwater Construction Team 1, Gulfport, Mississippi. Ensign Maya Boyd, reporting to Naval Mobile Construction Battalion 3, out of Port Hueneme, California. Lieutenant Junior Grade Jordan Bishop, reporting to the USS Asheville, out of Agana, Guam. Ensign Eric Burgess, reporting to USS John C. Stennis, out of Norfolk, Virginia. Lieutenant Christopher Carlson, reporting to the USS Higgins, out of Yokosuka, Japan. Ensign Taylor Claybaugh, reporting to the USS Louisiana, out of Bangor, Washington. Chief Warrant Officer 2 Ariel Coley, reporting to the USS Essex, out of San Diego, California. Lieutenant Nige Cox, reporting to USS John Basilone, out of Mayport, Florida. Ensign Rigoberto Cusador, reporting to Littoral Combat Ship Squadron 2, out of Mayport, Florida. Lieutenant Junior Grade Michael Daly, reporting to Naval Support Facility, Diego Garcia.
Third row, feet. Left, base.
Ensign Lydia DiPaolo, reporting to Supreme Allied Commander Atlantic, out of Norfolk, Virginia. Ensign Alexander Diaz, reporting to the USS Wasp, out of Norfolk, Virginia. Ensign Alfred Diete Spiff, reporting to the USS Ted Stevens, out of Pascagoula, Mississippi. Lieutenant Mohammed Issa, reporting to Kuwait Naval Supply and Logistics Directorate, Al Amadi, Kuwait. Ensign Kishunda Ellis Lee, reporting to the USS Gabrielle Giffords, out of San Diego, California. Ensign Nikosha Embry, reporting to the USS Oakland, out of San Diego, California. Ensign Marian Ferrales, reporting to Naval Special Warfare Group 1, Logistics Support Unit, Coronado, California. Ensign Anthony Ferris, reporting to the USS Emery S. Land, out of Agana, Guam. Ensign Torel Fisher, reporting to the USS San Diego, out of Sasebo, Japan. Lieutenant Junior Grade Earl Gatella, reporting to the USS George Washington, out of Yokosuka, Japan. Lieutenant Junior Grade Dylan Goldberg, reporting to Underwater Construction Team 2, Port Hueneme, California. Ensign Alexandria Heaps, reporting to Maritime Preposition Squadron 2, Diego Garcia. Lieutenant Junior Grade Brandon Hernandez, reporting to the USS Green Bay, out of San Diego, California. Lieutenant Junior Grade Hickey, reporting to the USS Nevada, out of Bangor, Washington. Lieutenant Junior Grade Jacob Giroux, reporting to Helicopter C Squadron 3, out of San Diego, California. Ensign Zachary Jenkins, reporting to Maritime Expeditionary Security Group 2, out of Little Creek, Virginia. Ensign Robert Jones, reporting to the USS Bulkley out of Rota, Spain. Lieutenant Junior Grade Brendan Kendrick, reporting to the USS California out of Groton, Connecticut. Ensign Peter Kangari, reporting to the USS Dexterous out of Manama, Bahrain. Lieutenant Jonathan Leongson, reporting to the USS Steedham out of San Diego, California. Ensign Warren Longy Jr., reporting to Fleet Logistics Center, Norfolk, out of Norfolk, Virginia. Ensign Jared Mock, reporting to the USS Normandy, out of Norfolk, Virginia. Lieutenant Junior Grade Brendan Mack, reporting to the USS O'Kane, out of San Diego, California. Lieutenant Junior Grade Ryan Magnuson, reporting to Helicopter Countermeasure Squadron 15, out of Norfolk, Virginia. Ensign Joshua Masangya, reporting to USS Paul Ignatius, out of Rota, Spain. Lieutenant Junior Grade Christopher Meffert, reporting to the USS Maryland, out of Kings Bay, Georgia. Ensign Tani Mendiola, reporting to the USS Wyoming, out of Kings Bay, Georgia. Lieutenant Junior Grade Hannah Montal, reporting to the USS Georgia, out of Kings Bay, Georgia. Lieutenant Junior Grade Donald Neal III, reporting to the USS Omaha, out of San Diego, California. Lieutenant Junior Grade David Nguyen, reporting to the USS Jackson, out of San Diego, California. Ensign 2 Nguyen, reporting to the USS Iwo Jima, out of Norfolk, Virginia. Ensign Cade Norman, reporting to the USS Frank Cable, out of Agana, Guam. Ensign Chang San Pan, reporting to the USS Normandy, out of Norfolk, Virginia. Ensign Shelby Paul, reporting to the USS McCampbell, out of Yokosuka, Japan. Ensign Connor Peterson, reporting to the USS John Finn, out of Yokosuka, Japan. Ensign Jacob Pritchard, reporting to the USS Michael P. Murphy, out of Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. Lieutenant Jeremy Rasai, reporting to the USS Halsey, out of San Diego, California. Ensign Dantori Reeves, reporting to the USS Warrior, out of Sasebo, Japan. Ensign Jacob Schroeder, reporting to USS Carter Hall, out of Little Creek, Virginia. Ensign Deke Slayton, reporting to the USS Cincinnati, out of San Diego, California. Ensign Vincent Tong, reporting to the USS Bougainville, out of Norfolk, Virginia. Ensign Christian Uwe, reporting to the USS Montgomery, out of San Diego, California. Ensign Sal Vang, reporting to the USS Curtis Wilbur, out of San Diego, California. Lieutenant Junior Grade Garrett Van Ryan reporting to the USS Nimitz out of Bremerton, Washington. Lieutenant Junior Grade Alexander Weisker reporting to the USS Idaho out of Groton, Connecticut. Ensign Charles Williams reporting to the USS Arleigh Burke out of Rota, Spain. Ensign Sebastian Wilson reporting to the USS Harry S. Truman out of Norfolk, Virginia. Ladies and gentlemen, the commanding officer of the Navy Supply Corps School.
All right, third Matt, congratulations again. Another round of applause, please, for these. Congratulations on this significant milestone in your early naval careers. My hope is there'll be many more to come. I think there's a lot of potential that just walk across the stage. I'm excited to see the success it's going to cause you. We worked hard to get to this point, the staff and I, and we're so proud of you. This is a special class for me. You're my first graduating battalion, and I'll always remember you, and I look forward to seeing you on the waterfront, hopefully. Your graduation today is a launching point for an exciting, fulfilling, rewarding, and purpose-driven career. I want you to think about that as you go and endure these seat tours. You're not going to endure. You're going to knock it out of the park. I'm confident of that. You're going to lead and thrive. Okay. Hopefully, you'll adopt a few things that I'm going to leave you with, that I share with my staff, that I think that I want to share with you. The Admiral touched on a few of these. But be intellectually curious. Always learn. Always embrace those areas in your lives and in your career that you know you need to go, find out and learn about. Always ask why. Challenge us always. Be an expert communicator, written and oral. Those skills will serve you well throughout your career. Start early and define the craft of being an excellent communicator. Be disciplined. A lot of people in the military think that's organic to us. But we got to be disciplined. We have to continue to ensure that we carry ourselves in that manner. Your sailors will follow when you're disciplined in all aspects of your life. Be fair, firm, and fact-based. We're living in very times that are getting more dangerous. There's peers that are challenging us in new ways. We don't have time for emotion, for unnecessary emotion. Just be firm, fair, and fact-based. And then finally, be a professional. And there's a lot you can take from that. But you're a professional. You're a logistics professional. You're going to be looked at to lead sailors, lead departments, lead divisions, and that's going to require professionalism. Think about your shipmates before yourself. Think about your ship before yourself. And if you take that mentality, you're going to be successful. I'm confident of that. You're now part of a proud tradition of Supply Corps officers who have served this nation with distinction. Congratulations again. Again, we look forward to seeing you on the waterfront. God bless you, your families, and the service that you have stepped up to do on behalf of our Navy and our nation. So 3rd Battalion, it's now time. Attention to certification. It is now my honor and privilege to certify you ready. Congratulations. Go and do great things for our Navy and our nation. You may be seated. Thank you.
Will the guests please rise for the benediction and the departure of the official party? Military. Cover. 2. Chaplain Posey will now offer the benediction.
Let us pray. Eternal One, as we go from this place into where we are called, remind us we are never alone. Instill in us and give us the strength of character to faithfully carry out our call. Watch over those who stand the watch and guide us all in our service to our Navy, our nation, upholding the values we cherish. Amen.
Amen. Post the side, boys. NAVSUP Weapon System Support departing. Navy Supply Corps School departing. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes this morning's graduation ceremony. Graduates dismissed.
Well done. Great work. Congratulations. Thank you for the help. Nice job, buddy.
Thank you.
Did that weird sitting around?